How do you can chicken? This is amazing. I love this question. So this is something that we did every year. We grew and raised our own chickens. Every spring we would get the baby chicks and then we would raise them ourselves. And then we sold a lot of them, but then we also canned some. And here's how you can chickens. So once they are butchered and you have them cut in the pieces that you want them, you would take a mason jar and you put the raw pieces of chicken in the mason jar, and then we always put salt and pepper in there to give it a little bit of seasoning. And then I can't remember if we filled it halfway with water or if we filled it all the way. I honestly don't remember that part because it's been so long. And then what we do is you take these types of mason jar lids. Now typically we put these in hot water to make sure that they were nice and hot, and then we take a washcloth and dry it while it's still hot like that. And then the other thing you do is you take a clean washcloth and you make sure that your mason jar right here is nice and clean so that it can seal, because if there's any kind of like dirt or anything like that on there, it may prevent it from sealing. Then you put this on, and then what you do is you take that chicken and you put it in a, it's called a cold packer. So it'd be like a big kettle. You put all the jars in there, completely submerge all the jars in water, and then you put it on stove, burner, whatever it may be, and you get it to boiling, and you have to cold pack that in a low boiling condition for anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. This is how we canned our beef as well, but you have to cold pack it like that, and that's what like helps preserve it and also then seal it. So once it's done cold packing, you then take it out of the hot water. You obviously have one of those grabbers, and you take it out of the water, you set it out. When you take it out of that big container, when it's done cold packing, you set it out, and if it's not sealed, like you can test it to see if it's sealed. So if it still pops down or has a certain type of sound, it's not sealed. What you then do is you want to check all of them, make sure they're nice and tight, and then if it's not sealed, you take the ones that are not sealed and you turn them upside down, and that is what will help them seal. Once they're cold and they're done, bring them back up. Now you have a whole bunch of canned and preserved chicken that is sealed, and you store them in your dark, cool basement, cellar, whatever it is that you have. You want to keep it in a nice, cool place, because sometimes in the summer it can get difficult. So we did most of our meat canning in the winter, except for like chickens we would do in the fall as it was like cooling down. But because we didn't have refrigerators, it's really hard to keep your meat cold enough. So most of our meat preserving happened in the winter. Hope that helps.